Hippopotamonstrossequipedalophobia. That's exactly right. I got it right. Unfortunately for people who are afraid of long words, the name of this phobia really doesn't help. The fear is often brought upon by being laughed at while reading or pronouncing long words, usually in school-aged children. Okay, facts. I had this. I didn't know there was a name for it. I just thought we all felt the same way. I hated reading aloud in class when I was younger because I was so scared that I was going to stumble over a word and people would laugh, and then I would get red in the face, and then everyone would know I'm embarrassed, and then they'd laugh at me more because I'm embarrassed. And then I would have a shaky voice. I always had a shaky voice when I was reading aloud when I was younger. I just thought we all felt that way. Did we not? I don't think anyone enjoys being in a class and reading aloud. I was always the smart one that was like, I know, I'm great at reading. It's like, good for you, okay? No one wants to be talking at all in this class. Like, I just wanted to be a mute. I wanted no one to acknowledge my existence. I wanted to be invisible. Nomophobia. Nomophobia, shortened from no mobile phone phobia, describes the fear of not having a phone that's so persistent and severe it affects daily life. Me, every day. I think all of us. I can't go to the bathroom without my phone. My phone is always attached to my body. It's like, what if I go to the bathroom and I miss an important call? It's like, what am I gonna do? There's stakes here. It's so bad. I think we're all relying on technology now. I can't, I've gotta have it with me all the time. Cyberphobia. This phobia is often experienced by older adults who are having trouble adapting to using new technologies like computers, tablets, or smartphones. It is often worsened by feelings of low self-esteem or fears about being judged harshly. I don't think this is just like older adults, this is everyone. I mean, I think it's everyone. I know personally my parents, nightmare with technology. They are getting better, but my mum is the classic type that will type a sentence, leave a space, and then put the punctuation after. You know, like a space before the period, a space before the exclamation point. It's like, why are you doing that? It doesn't need a space. Anyway, parents with technology is frustrating. I have to set up all the technology whenever I'm home. But I get it with the fear of judgment. I think we all have a fear in that regard. Lacanophobia. Lacanophobia is the proper term by which to name one who is afraid of vegetables. Sure, the phobia sounds a bit ludicrous, but it's no laughing matter. People who suffer from lacanophobia experience real symptoms at the mere sight of broccoli or bell peppers, ranging from nausea to shortness of breath. That's insane. I can't even imagine. I love vegetables now. Growing up, I hated them. I did have anxiety because, don't know if you guys had it here, but in the UK, they were bloody strict about school lunches. Like, you would have your tray, they'd serve you, and or you didn't get to pick and choose. Like, I would get, if it was carrots day, I got carrots with my mashed potatoes, and they wouldn't let you leave until you ate all your carrots. And I hated carrots, so I'd just be like throwing up in my mouth and swallowing it. But yeah, when I was younger, I definitely had a fear. Now, love carrots, give me them all day long. Somnophobia. Somnophobia causes extreme anxiety and fear around the thought of going to bed. This phobia is also known as hypnophobia, clinophobia, sleep anxiety or sleep dread. Sleep disorders can cause some anxiety around sleeping. I can't imagine being scared to go to sleep. Going to sleep is my favorite part of the day. I get excited at the thought of getting into bed, or fresh sheets. Maybe I've had a bath, you know, and I'm in bed, I've watched a good show, and then I get to fall asleep to my, you know, fake scenarios in my head. It's my favorite part. Ablutophobia. Ablutophobia is the overwhelming fear of bathing, cleaning, or washing. It's an anxiety disorder that falls under the category of specific phobias. That's horrific. I mean, it makes sense why some people don't bathe, and there are some people you're like, why? You would just want to say bathe, get in the bath, you know? I love a bath. I have one like at least every other day. It's the only way I unwind after a long day. If I don't have a bath, I'm just a ball of anxiety. Don't like open water, but I like a bath. Puppophobia. Puppophobia is the fear of puppets. This phobia is slightly common, but not as common as agoraphobia, fear of clowns, and pediophobia, fear of dolls. I mean, okay. Fear of puppets, I get, they're weird. They move like this, and there's always someone controlling them. It's weird, just move freely. I also don't like ventriloquist dolls. It does remind me of Slappy. It's not right, there's demons in them. You can see. I just want to shove my fist in its mouth, you know? And metaphobia. Metaphobia is a specific phobia that involves an extreme fear of vomiting, seeing vomit, watching other people vomit, or feeling sick. Okay, not what I thought it was going to be. I know people who have this. Like, I get it. Like, if someone throws up, I know that if I'm feeling even a little bit sensitive that day, I could probably throw up watching them throw up. I think that's just normal. If you've got a gag reflex, you're going to throw up. Actually, just thinking about throwing up is making me feel a bit sick right now. I don't know why. Oh God, like I almost feel it. Do I have that phobia? Jesus Christ. I think I'm just learning something about myself. I feel genuinely quite sick now. Pterophobia, an irrational or disproportionate fear of cheese. I mean, honestly, I do have this, but that's simply because I have a dairy allergy, so I need to fear these things. Otherwise, I will myself. No one wants that to happen, except for Joss, who tells me every day. Yourself. Gamophobia. A phobia is an excessive fear of something that actually presents little danger but nonetheless makes you anxious. In this case of gamophobia, it's a fear of commitment or marriage. I bet there's a lot of people out there that have this. Personally, I don't. I want to get married. Commitment right now, iffy. Commitment wise, right now I have the fear because I have just been in a year-and-a-half pandemic and I want to go out into the world and say hello to everyone. But I want to get married. I'm not afraid of that, but I know there will be a lot of people on, which is why so many people cheat. And f you if you're a cheater.
Why is this guy's head shaped like a mushroom? Oh! Hello! He's looking right at me. I think he heard my mushroom remark. Oh God, yeah, he definitely did. Yeah, he's cheesed. Oh, did he snap his own neck? Just kind of like a little whoop, whiplash, a little whipping the hair back and forth. That was intense. It was the extra weight on top because of his mushroom head. Because his dome was shaped like a cascading volcano. I mean, I can't say much. I've got, you know, quarantine flow, but at least I don't look like a palm tree gone awry, you know? Maybe I do.
The K9 building, you could hear the dogs going nuts in the kennels, running around, barking, kicking their food dishes. So he knew he wasn't the only one who could hear it. When he got near the SWAT house, the noise got louder and louder. As he looked at the building, he noticed that all the wooden shutters were opening and closing repeatedly, but there was no one standing next to the windows working the shutters. What's more, it was a windless night, so the wind wasn't blowing the shutters either.
Okay, so this is obviously a reenactment, but that shutter opening and closing shot is just so surreal. Like, it actually gave me like a bit of like a shiver. The image of it, of this like stark building in the middle of nowhere, looking over the shoulder of this like night security guard, and just watching all of the shutters open and close rhythmically, but like not all together. Like there's something about that image. Like it gets me. Ooh, creeps me out. It's a good image. I might cut that out and, you know, put it in an archive or something.
They ran outside with their camera, and that's when they caught something terrifying. After some loud banging on his roof and birds flying away scared, he turns around. This is when he sees a red demon creature on his roof.
Oh, hello.
This is obviously not a human being because its head and neck look way too strange. The creature's neck and head looks elongated and thin, and it appears to have a reddish color like a demon.
Can I see it move, please? I want to know how this thing moves. It's just standing there looking at it. What happens next? Does the guy run back inside? Does he run away from it? How do you deal with that? What's the result of seeing a creature like that? You can't just cut it off there and leave me hanging. I want to see it scamper away or jump at the guy. I need to know how it makes locomotion work. What do you think it was doing up there? Was it trying to eat the birds? Did it just take a swim in the pool and was trying to make a quick escape, you know, before the homeowner caught it?
One day, a couple of friends were exploring a cave system. Armed with only flashlights and a video camera, they entered the cave. The two men who were in Colombia walk around the cave for quite some time. But that's when they stumble across what looks like some kind of rock. If you look closely, it looks like the side profile of an alien. But then, as one of the explorers puts his flashlight to it, it moves.
Oh, it moves!
You can see this bizarre creature was sleeping inside the cave. Some believe this could have been a man wearing a mask. But look at the creature's arms. This is clearly not a human being. The men are fascinated, but way too terrified. And they soon run straight out of the cave.
Oh yeah, look at it sleeping there. I wouldn't even notice that. That was like well camouflaged. That does look a lot like a rock. Which is weird because if this thing is alien as they're implying, you know, the extraterrestrial nature wouldn't necessarily mean that it would, you know, have Earth camouflage capabilities. What would be the purpose of being able to camouflage yourself on Earth if you're not from Earth? Like, it looks like it's just like a plain creature. It's not like surrounded with technology or anything. Maybe it's all invisible to us because our brains just can't comprehend the things that these creatures create. But I don't know. It's interesting.
As shoppers in China attempted to assist her, she let out a loud scream, frightening the onlookers. The video was posted on China's version of YouTube, and thousands of viewers are circulating the footage online.
I just feel like it looks like a Walmart or something akin to a Walmart, and that's the best place to have a mental breakdown, you know? I just feel like in those nice fluorescently lit hallways full of product, you know, that's the best place to just like sit on your butt and start screaming. I've done it before. You've probably done it before. Somebody tells me this wasn't a demon. This is just somebody having a particularly bad day in the superstore. You'll get through it. Ooh. World Star! World Star. Hot start. Just a bunch of bleeps in World Star. Is this person running after the... Yo!
At first, they're laughing and they can't believe what they're seeing. But when they realize how fast this thing can run, they get scared. I don't think this is a person because I've never seen a human run like that.
Where is it? Let me see it again. It's got freaking rocket thrusters in its legs, whatever it is. Could be a person, could be like, you know, the first known mutant, X-Men style. We'll see if our version of Charles Xavier picks them up. Freaky cryptid, just chasing down some folks in a car, maybe got lost on its way through the woods. You know, scaring folks, imitating voices, pulling people down dark mine shafts, and then it saw a car go by. It was like, whoa, that's cool, and started chasing it. Oh, was that a humanoid figure there? Am I seeing this right? What is... Oh, that's his face? Okay. He's wearing a bandana. Sorry, it looked like a meat pile for a second. What are we looking for? It's gonna be a jump scare, isn't it? Ooh, that's rough. You got pulled into the darkness. I wonder what he's doing now, you know? After he got pulled into the darkness, did he get eaten? Did he get brainwashed? Did he get possessed? Did he get transformed? Did he get buried alive? There's a lot of options here. I don't know what this guy was doing and where he was. I don't know if we caught the demon on camera. We caught whatever was happening to this guy on camera. There was that one moment early in the video where I think it was just he was running towards that tunnel, but it looked like a humanoid shadow figure.
Screaming, I was different languages.
Becky Parker says she was possessed by as many as 8 demons over many, many years.
I know what they look like. I know how big they are. I know where they are in my body.
You feel they're still there?
No, they're gone.
All right. I feel like I've heard of this one before. I feel like I've seen some sort of clip of this woman. She looks like 2 different people in this scenario. Like, we see her giving the interview and she's got like the uneven bangs and her face looks like it's a different shape, and then here she's got like the ponytail going down. I don't know, like obviously like a haircut and time will make somebody look different, but like looks like absolutely 2 different people. Like when those demons left her body, they took some of her life essence with her. My goodness.
It was a grey, foggy morning in the UK countryside.
Like
The man
every
rides
morning.
his bike down the road when, all of a sudden, his camera picks up something strange. You may not realise it at first, but look in the field behind the hedge. As you can see, there's a tall, dark figure walking around. Now, look in proportion to the trees, this is clearly not a human being. Whatever it is a lot taller than any human. It kind of reminds me of the creepypasta Slenderman. The man appears to be lingering, as if it's hard for him to walk. But this looks like some kind of demon from another realm to me.
Yeah, I can see that. It's a little Slenderman-ish, a little demon from another realm-ish. It's very tall, that's for certain. Why was the camera set up there in the first place? Is this a security camera? They said his camera, but if the guy's on his bike, all he's gonna get is this like 200 meters stretch of road. That's it's a very interesting. You gotta say, very foggy too. I wish we got a closer look at it. I wish somebody could get a little closer to it, if only.
You kill that target manager?
Did you kill that target manager?
They didn't have my size.
Is this a joke?
You don't know how to kill me.
The only way you can kill a Karen
Oh, it is a
is
joke.
to make her wear a mask.
No! Now! I'm a doctor, so...
So it is a joke. Alright, I mean, I don't know about scary real demons caught on camera, but that's a scary demon on camera, that's for sure. Boy, remember when Karen was peak meme and no one would shut up about Karens? Good times. It was a simpler time. Not well produced for what it was, right? For like kind of like a one-off gag. Not bad. Did you kill that target manager? They didn't have my size.
Off. Oh my god. Off. Off, that's a monster. No, don't move your shoe, I don't want to see it. Stop it! No one wants to see, no one gives a shit. Oh, you, I'm finding your account and blocking you. And you don't even know me, but I'm finding you. Oh, that was horrific. Like, no one wanted to see that. I don't care. Like, keep that to yourself. Oh.
Please be sure to monitor your emotional state while watching this video. Hello.
No.
Hello.
Half.
About how many people are you with right now?
One.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Did you...
No, Chris.
Do you believe violence is ever
No, it's
justified?
actually really traumatic.
If you had to guess,
Oh, it's okay.
how long would you say
Oh
it would
my
take to
God.
get from your front door to where you are right now? How far would you go to protect a loved one? What's your favorite color? Do you have any pets? How did your parents treat you as a child? Have you ever seen a dead body? What's your favorite color? What's 4 times 4? Do you cry?
Something just happened to me. Not the same. I feel like I've just been like, someone's in my brain. Like that, someone's put something in my brain. And now I'm gonna wake up in the middle of the night and it's like, how many people are you with right now? What's your favorite color? No, that was really horrific. That's the worst, maybe one of the worst videos I've reacted to on this channel. Ooh. Oh, it's intense. Oh no. Oh, I know what this video is. I know what it is and it's gonna give me anxiety. I hate it, I've seen it before. Ooh, ooh, no. No, I hate this video more than anything. I hate it. Oh no, this is the different one. This is different, this is different. Okay, thanks. Okay, this one implied that there's a giant monster somewhere in the universe just playing marbles with us, and that the planets are marbles and we're getting thrown around. The video I thought this was one similar where it's like zooms out, zooms out, zooms out, and you see our galaxy, then it zooms out, and then there's like a gazillion other galaxies, and it's like, wow, we really are. We're nothing. It's like, why do we even give a shit? Why do we care about anything when we are nothing, you know? Zoom all the way out and there's nothing there, you can't even see us. What's the point? Oh, Oh. Stop. I disliked that more than anything because it was utter silence. There was no audio. I didn't even know. I thought, whoo, that one just really stressed me out. Here, there just seems to be some sort of creepy drawing. Someone drew something and then they went to investigate what was being drawn. And I guess there was a creepy face, but I didn't know if I saw a face because I closed my eyes. My heart's beating very fast. That was a lot. I didn't like that. But it was the silence killed me.
And I'm not down for that.
And I blame.
What's happening?
Okay, I'm pretty.
Is this the same house?
Did you see that? Oh my!
To us, so it's not like bad.
What it is?
No.
That. And
Jesus.
What? Oh, my heart.
Oh my god, this goes on forever. Okay, this is either some very elaborate hoax by this couple, or they've got like serious poltergeist activity going on in their home, and it's in the UK, which for some reason makes it more scary, and I don't know why. Well, it doesn't seem to be causing them harm, just like knocking things around. I blame the cat. I think it's the cat.
Okay. Now.
What?
Wonder if it's gonna do it this time.
I don't want anything to do anything.
Probably not.
Okay, well I guess there's a ghost hanging out, opening doors. This is classic ghost business. Nothing new here. Give us something more exciting.
What is happening?
Creepy as f.
Gotta go.
It's like
Get me out.
Gotta go. That's how I feel every day. But this is some kind of weird cult activity, or it's some kind of like protest or something's going on, some friendly protest. But this is weird. No, you can pay me enough to gather with a group of strangers and just stand facing trees, just looking. It's probably like a tree protest. I love trees. Oh my god, is there someone in that drawer? Holy shit. Oh my god. No. Is that clown? Even worse, intruder who is a clown. That's scary because I have a bed like that. Thankfully I don't have a full like one drawer. It's like 3 individual drawers that could not fit a human that size. But that's freaky. I hated that. I hate that more than anything.
On June 1st, the Pentagon will produce its most complete report to date on UFOs and UAPs. This was at the behest originally of former President Donald Trump, who gave the U.S. intelligence agencies 6 months to reveal what they know about UFOs and reveal it to Congress. This report will include discussions about incidents and sightings that cannot be explained with present-level human technology.
I just love how this is all happening. Even right now, something just got confirmed the other day. An alien thing by the government. Roswell? Something to do with that. Anyway, some alien thing, and they confirmed it was real. It was like a real picture of an alien. They were like, yeah, that's legit. Like, this is all happening, but none of us give a shit. we're still in a pandemic, and to be honest, even though they're like, yeah, the aliens are legit, it just doesn't really feel real until we see them with our own eyes.
An air tanker crashed near Walker, California, while on a firefighting mission. The crash was even caught on camera. An officer saw the crash and ran to it. While running through the forest, he came upon 3 men in flight suits who seemed dazed and confused. He asked them if they saw the crash, but they wouldn't respond to him. Since they weren't helpful, he continued on. When he got to the crash site, he found that all passengers on board were killed. There were 3 men on board that plane. The officer went back to where he saw the men in the forest, but he couldn't find them anywhere. No one else who responded to the crash site had seen them. The officer then realized that the 3 men he saw in the forest were the spirits of the crew members.
It cut off before he finished his sentence, but that's fine. I didn't need to hear what he had to say. I guessed it midway through, that they were the dead crewmen who died in the crash. They were all dazed and confused because they didn't realize they were dead, and now they're in the forest and they're going to stay there forever because Earth is purgatory.
New DNA technology may soon allow people to 3D print their face from a saliva swab. Huh? Every year, thousands of major crimes go unsolved. Imagine if police could gather DNA evidence at a crime scene and within minutes to hours turn that sample into a 3D model of the person's face that the DNA belongs to. Police would then be able to know very accurately what that person looks like from just about every angle. This is actually what one researcher named Mark Shriver of Pennsylvania State University has been working on. See, if we're also talking about robots taking over, this technology is very dangerous. Sure, you can say, yes, police can use this to find criminals, you know, whether or not the criminal is actually a person who committed a crime, or like if it was a person just on the scene and happens to leave some DNA behind. I also feel like DNA to facial recognition is interesting. Of course, your DNA, print is unique and your face is pretty unique. But to link one to the other and say you can build up a face from a thing of spit, I feel like you maybe get a general idea of what shape their dome might be in. Fraudsters will capitalize on the shift to digital. According to the FTC, a COVID-related scam that started on social media cost consumers $117 million in the first 6 months of 2020 alone. With so many businesses scrambling to bring their offerings online during the pandemic, it created a host of new vulnerabilities for criminals to exploit. The volume of scams is expected to increase in 2021, and fraudsters are getting more creative. In its 2021 Future of Fraud forecast, Experian predicted that this year's scams will run the gamut from standard fraud schemes to convincing deepfakes. Frankenstein IDs are terrifying new technology of bypassing facial recognition technology that allows scammers to piece together facial characteristics to create an entirely new identity. Yeah, I mean, all of our money's digital now, right? Cash is out, so anything that you're holding there, you got to be careful with. Change your passwords. Don't use the same one for everything. I feel like crypto scams are gonna be the next big thing. Somebody will convince you to buy a bunch of NFTs or crypto stocks and then fleece you, just absolutely run you for what you're worth, and then you're sitting there like, boy, I bought all this stuff that's on the blockchain. I wonder what it's worth. Colonization of Mars. Marge is not thrilled when Lisa volunteers for a future one-way trip to Mars, so she volunteers to go with her. In fact, hoping to dissuade Lisa, the whole family signs up. The idea behind Exploration Incorporated's expedition to colonize the Red Planet before 2026, a date that moves up to the end of the week. The takeoff fails, but Lisa and Marge make it to Mars in 2051, only for Lisa to announce that she wants to move to Venus. While Elon Musk's SpaceX is currently developing Mars-bound cargo flights for as early as 2022, fully colonizing Mars would require an out-of-this-world budget. Yeah, I'd say so. That's going to be expensive. I feel like anything in the 2020s on its way to Mars that isn't rovers is a little far-fetched, if we're being totally honest. Maybe, but I feel like a lot of people are still developing the proper technology to bring things that aren't just exploratory to the Red Planet. But I feel like we could maybe focus on some of the issues on Earth before we start sending people to Mars, Something tells me that, we could use some of this space-bound technology to make things a little easier for the folks on the green planet, on the blue planet. Large-scale environmental disaster. The Simpsons movie tackles a massive environmental disaster that most definitely could happen, but fixes it in a truly implausible way. In the 2007 film, Homer dumps pig feces into the already dangerously polluted Springfield Lake, causing an environmental crisis. To keep the town's contamination contained, the president encloses Springfield under a giant glass dome. Can the deadly levels of contaminated water happen? Hell yes, and as it has many times, but no glass domes yet. I think it's too late for a glass dome. We're on the cusp of worldwide ecological collapse. We are about to fall fast, and we're doing nothing about it. It's a little scary to think about that the next 50 years could be just absolutely terrifying, depending on what gets done. I don't think a glass dome's gonna help anybody, unless that glass dome is one levitating above the clouds. ESA and NASA will try to smash an asteroid out of its orbit in 2022. The European Space Agency and NASA have a good understanding of the importance of finding and hopefully avoiding asteroids, and they're joining forces on an asteroid impact and deflection assessment mission called IDA. The objective of this mission is awesome: to slam a spacecraft into an asteroid with as much force as possible and see what happens. Yeah, that is pretty sweet. I like this better than the other predictions, just on coolness alone, just on wickedness and awesomeness and radness. But does it have to be a spaceship? Couldn't we come up with something cooler, like a giant arm with a baseball bat? Or maybe some sort of enormous fly swatter? Although, we made spacecraft, yes, but what's more human than hitting stuff with sticks, right? Many will opt to stay remote. Along with the scramble to digitize everything, 2020 has also forced the largest mass exodus from offices and schools the world has ever seen. While many have already returned to the workplace, companies such as Facebook, Google, and Zillow have announced that they are preparing for permanent remote work. Much to parents' relief, virtual school won't be permanent, at least not for young children, but many high schools and universities plan to keep students remote for the spring semester. Even when the vaccine is widely available, the remote learning trend could continue into 2022 and beyond. According to a recent report, more than 50% of college students now prefer online classes because of their flexibility. This could lead to a surge in students enrolling in hybrid or fully online programs. That's true. I remember reading up a lot about this in university. I was taking sociology courses, and online learning was something they were pushing really hard, and then development was approaching where it needed to be, and then COVID hit, right? And then they kind of just hopped that gap. It's not perfect by any means, but it works. Young kids, I feel like it's a bit of a nightmare, but if they're gonna spend their whole lives online anyway, start them young, right? Hover cars. Back in 2005, Professor Frink invented a machine that allowed Bart and Lisa to see into their future, as in 2013. Marge left Homer because he blew through their savings on an underwater house and spent what he had left over on a hover car. Although the ride is bumpy, it's a prototype, it does get them through a quantum tunnel. How close is that vision to coming true? In 2017, Renault created a futuristic-looking concept car called Float that could move in any direction without turning. The same technology is being used in Tesla's Hyperloop train design. I don't trust people in hover cars. I don't think humans can be trusted to pilot an easily accessible vehicle that can move in all directions like that. I don't trust it one bit. Even air traffic controllers with years of experience, steely nerves, and a responsibility to everyone around them, they still sometimes make mistakes. With all of the car accidents and drunk drivers and people that are just generally bad at piloting a vehicle out there right now that I see all the time, imagine giving them more directions to go in. That is spelling disaster. Robots take over. The Simpsons predicted mass automation in 2012 with robots taking over jobs of many humans, which many believe is already happening. But a robot coup was launched on long before that. In a 1994 episode of Itchy and Scratchy Land, the family visited a theme park manned with robots that go off the rails and kill everybody. Jürgen Schmidhuber, also known as the father of artificial intelligence, believes that AI superintelligence will trigger runaway technological growth and profound changes to civilization in just 30 years. 30 years since when? Since the 1994 episode of Itchy and Scratchy Land? Because we're getting close then, if that's the case. automation is happening. There's a lot of automation going on right now. We could like automate a bunch of stuff just to make lives really easy, or at least easier, less dangerous, more safe. Or it could be like automation just, it's like the Industrial Revolution 2.0, where the people who own the things that do the automation just keep making money and everyone else gets to live in squalor. I'm ready for the robot takeover, because once Skynet comes through, I'm not gonna John Connor it. I'm going to kid against the fence at the, at the playground. I'm gonna turn into a flaming skeleton. World population forecasted to reach 7 billion? Is that a bill or no? It's a bill. So 7,914,763,000. That is a lot of people. I'm looking at this graph. It's been a while since I've taken data management, but it's a lot of people. We as humans, you know, we're smart, we're resourceful. We can conjure up the resources with automation to make it work. The suppression of green energy. In the 582nd episode of The Simpsons, Lisa invents a car powered by solar energy to race in the alternative energy derby, only for the Duff blimp to block out the sun, making her vehicle stop dead inches from the finish line. Weird coincidence, or a message about a large company sabotaging the progression of green renewable energy for corporate interests? Well, isn't that why it took us so long to get like proper electric cars? Like, I feel like fossil fuels have been shown time and time again to like not super be worth it in the long run, and if we can develop other things, probably for the best, but there's big money in that industry, and the longer they can hold on to that with their greasy, oily fingers, then for sure they will. That's why we're heading towards a large-scale environmental disaster. The average layperson isn't causing this. It's all these folks who are making more money than you can imagine on their investments in not-so-green technology.
The Curse of Macbeth is known for being more than just a Shakespearean play. It has a bizarre and dangerous past that haunts it since its premiere back in the 1600s. Macbeth has certainly had its fair share of mishaps. Theater manager Lillian Bayliss died on the night of the dress rehearsal at the Old Vics 1937 production starring Laurence Olivier. A falling stage weight just missed landing on Olivier. Then the director and the actress playing Lady Macbeth were involved in a car crash. I love this legend, it's so fun. The play's opening was postponed, and on its first night, Bayliss's portrait fell off the theater wall. They used real weapons, and one flew into the audience, giving someone a heart attack. In 1942, 3 actors died during the run of Piccadilly Theatre's version starring John Gielgud. The costume designer committed suicide. What? I actually know this. In one of my teachers in Stratford, actually, they were putting on the performance of Macbeth, I think a couple years ago, and they read a passage from the Bible before they actually started doing the show, so it would kind of cancel out any creepy that would happen. The Curse of the Polish King's Tomb. In 1973, a group of archaeologists opened the tomb of the 15th century Polish King Casimir IV Jagiellon in Krakow, Poland. As with the opening of King Tut's tomb 50 years before, European media hyped up the event, and the researchers involved allegedly joked that they were just risking a curse on the tomb by opening it. When some of the team members began to die shortly after, some media outlets speculated it was due to a curse. Of course it was. Of course it was. Screaming Skull. The Burton Agnes Hall in Burton Agnes, England is home to a creepy paranormal object called the Screaming Skull. The Screaming Skull is believed to be of Catherine Ann Griffin, who died in the same house after being attacked by bullies in 1620, though I actually believe it was robbers. Every night, a terrifying ghost is seen roaming around the skull, making tremendous noises and scaring out everyone who tried to remove the skull from the house. I actually know about this one too, and she asked her sisters to put her skull in the house so that she could always be with it, and then they didn't, and then all hell broke loose, so keep that skull there. The Annabelle doll. The discovery of this doll dates back to the 1970s when a mother bought it from an antique shop as a birthday gift for her daughter. Soon the family noticed strange things happening inside the house related to the doll. The family then called for the help of renowned psychic investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, who found that the doll possesses the spirit of a 7-year-old girl named Annabelle Higgins, who was brutally murdered. The doll is now in the Occult Museum, Connecticut. And it's creepy. Never buy a doll for your kid. It's probably haunted. Just saying. The eyes. I don't like the eyes. The Hope Diamond Curse. The Hope Diamond is one of the most famous jewels in the world, with ownership records dating back almost 4 centuries. Its much admired rare blue color is due to trace amounts of boron atoms. Weighing 45 carats, its exceptional size has revealed new findings about the formation of diamonds. In 1666, Jean-Baptiste Tavernier stole 115.16 carat blue diamond eye from a statue of the Hindu goddess Sita. Devotees of the temple were far from impressed. In retaliation, they placed a curse on whoever possessed the gem, supposedly launching a series of unfortunate events that would impress Lemony Snicket, thank you for going there. Named the Tavernier Bleu, the diamond was later recut, birthing numerous other jewels, including the infamous Hope Diamond. Still want to wear it though. Still want it. Looks like the diamond that Rose lost on the Titanic. The Curse of Tippecanoe. In the mid-20th century, US media began to note a pattern in presidential deaths. Starting with William Henry Harrison and ending with John F. Kennedy, every 20 years the country elected a president who would die in office. In the 1930s, Ripley's Believe It or Not claimed the pattern was due to the Curse of Shawnee Chief Tecumseh placed on Harrison and future presidents after Harrison's troops defeated Tecumseh at the Battle of Tippecanoe in 1811. Ooh, okay, well, you know, fair enough. They were awful to them. The Anguished Man painting, and I also was just writing about this one, so try and find the video. Fascinated by the charm of the Anguished Man painting, Sean Robinson inherited the painting from his grandmother and decided to hang the painting on the wall of his house. Soon after that, Sean and his family started experiencing paranormal events like cracking of the doors in the middle of the night and sudden blood-curdling screams from nowhere. Sean's wife decided to investigate the origin of the painting and found that the artist who painted the painting committed suicide, and before doing that, he mixed his own blood with the paint that he used in making the painting. Learning this, the couple decided to hide the painting in the basement of their house in Cumbria. Ooh. So, ew, gross. King Tut's Curse. The Curse of the Pharaohs, or the Mummy's Curse, is a curse alleged to be cast upon anyone who disturbs the mummy of an ancient Egyptian, especially a pharaoh. This curse, which does not differentiate between thieves and archaeologists, is claimed to cause bad luck, illness, or death. In February 1923, a British archaeological team opened the tomb of Tutankhamun, or King Tut, an Egyptian pharaoh during the 14th century BC. 2 months later, when the team's sponsor died from a bacterial infection, British newspapers claimed without evidence that he died because of King Tut's curse. Ooh, spooky. The Billy Goat Curse on the Chicago Cubs, okay. The Curse of the Billy Goat was a sports-related curse that was supposedly placed on the Chicago Cubs, a Major League Baseball franchise, in 1945 by Billy Goat Tavern owner William Cianis. The curse lasted 71 years from 1945 to 2016. His pet goat, named Murphy, was bothering other fans. Cianis was asked to leave Wrigley Field, the Cubs' home ballpark, during Game 4 of the 1945 World Series. Outraged, Cianis allegedly declared, "Them Cubs, they ain't gonna win no more," which had been interpreted to mean that the Cubs would never win another National League pennant, at least for the remainder of Cianis' life. Sports. Cursed Mirror. Myrtle's Plantation in Louisiana, USA is said to be one of the most haunted places in the world. However, the most spooky item in the house is a mirror. Locals claim that the mirror is cursed and has the spirits of Sarah Woodruff and her 2 children who were poisoned by their slave Chloe trapped inside it. I know this story. Wow, I love when everything comes together.
Spirits here. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus Christ. You must leave. You're not welcome here.
Jesus. She's having her own seance here. The dog knows something's up. Oh, look at him. Oh, he sees it. Oh no. Nah. Yeah, I'd be freaked
What
too.
is Hazel seeing? And what might be the reason as to why she's growling?
Dogs always know. Dogs know when there's a demon about, and he was flipping. He was tripping balls right there. There was a demon in the shadows. It's why I don't have a pet, because I'm scared they'll tell me there's a demon in my home. I'd rather just not know. I'd rather be naive about the whole thing.
The video shows a girl singing along to a song when something creepy happens in the background. Take a look.
Ooh, what's that? There's something in there. Oh, I see a face. Oh, that's, Oh my god, that's fucking terrifying. I don't like when I can actually see the face. I like when they're like, look at that, and I'm like, I don't see anything. That's my favorite. I hate when I see it. Oh, because imagine if you're the one filming and you see that. You can never be there again. I would never live, I would leave. I don't need to live anywhere. I'll just walk forever. Just give me a bag and a thumb and I'll get in someone's car. Don't hitchhike. Although I've done it before. But it was fine because I got in his car and I said, you won't kill me with an axe, will you? And he said, no, no. And here I am today.
Sure.
What is this? What is that?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
Is that a snake?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
That's honestly, I'd rather deal with an angry demon throwing things around a church than a snake slithering its horrible body out of a tiny little hole in a wall. That makes me feel so uncomfortable. It makes me feel sick. I hate it. That's one of my worst nightmares, is just being surrounded by snakes or surrounded by spiders. It's like, get them away from me. Don't go to abandoned buildings. There's always going to be creatures there. Just stay inside.
Ghost light is on.
Ghost light?
No one in here. Hello? Okay.
Oh, he's in the balcony. Oh, he's in a theatre. Oh, it's like Phantom of the Opera. Not down, not down. It's the Phantom of the Opera. Bailey is unable to move out of fear. Well, there's no surprise there. Most theatres, especially old ones, are probably haunted. I don't know why. Do people die at the theatre? I guess so. Or they at least used to. The Phantom died at the theatre. Was that a true story? The Phantom of the Opera.
The object, unfortunately, is too far away to see clearly. However, it seems to be an oval shape and dark grey or silver in colour. Examining the object closely, it seems clear that it's not shaped like any type of aircraft that we would normally see in the sky. Certainly no civilian aircraft looks like this. In fact, the object strongly resembles the stereotypical flying saucer that many UFO enthusiasts associate with extraterrestrial visitors.
Facts. I mean, this is just the aliens checking in on us, because I feel like to aliens we are reality TV. We're like Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Like the whole world, they're just like, they're sitting back in space, whatever planet they're on, and they're just watching us on TV, and then every now and then they just check in, make sure everything's going according to plan. Or, that time, way back when, it was that boy, that dad made up the story. He like built like a UFO balloon, like a blimp thing, and he said his son was inside of it, and it was floating away. And then they lied, they hid the son inside the home. They did it all for publicity.
This footage was recorded by a hiker in China, somewhere near the Laos border. The man took out his camera when he noticed what appeared to be a large animal flying through the sky. It may look fairly ordinary at first, like a large bird of prey.
Yeah.
However, when the camera zooms in, it becomes clear that it's something else entirely.
What is that? It looks like a dinosaur.
The creature is large, with webbed wings and a long tail. It moves through the sky with an impressive speed that would be difficult for an ordinary bird to achieve.
What is that? It does look like a dinosaur. What are they called? Not a velociraptor. Anyway, they fly and they're scary, especially in Jurassic Park 3. They can just whip you right up.
Is that Jack? Who is that?
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Oh. That guy, I love that. There's clearly an unhappy force in this building wherever they are. It looks like a church. I see some, I don't know. I don't go to church, clearly. I can't get in. I burn when I try to open the door. Anyway, there's an unhappy ghost in here. Clearly, he wants him gone. Things are flying around. But I just love how calm he was. You can tell this is a legit video, because when that happened, he was like, okay. And then just started slowly walking towards the door, ready to leave. He's like, I'm out. Ooh, what is it? Who are you? Yeah, replay. Oh, there was, a creepy creep behind the wall, sticking their little, they had like a hand on the wall. They're in there. Oh, but that's frightening. It's because we don't see the end of the clip and they were turning that way. Do they go in? Do they die? Are they ripped? R.I.P'd? R.I.P. Harambe.
As you can see, something runs by in
Ooh.
the background.
Oh, what is that? Some kind of alien, or it looks like Dobby.
The creatures look mostly like
Oh, there's a
humans,
few.
except for the fact that their skin is a pale grey colour. They have no hair, and if they have any facial features, they're obscured by the darkness.
Or is there a few of them? Oh, yikes. I don't like that. I don't like people who don't wear clothes. That's a lie. I do. I just don't like weird humanoids that don't wear clothes. They freak me out. It's like the rake. It's like the woman at the end of the wreck that just comes out of the attic and it's like, put a top on before you do that. What's that noise? Is that dog? Oh, what?
Come on.
Whatever it is, it's only visible for a second.
What was it?
As the explorer quickly turns around and runs back towards the entrance of the cave to escape.
What am I looking at? Hold on. Hold it there. Do you see anything? Ain't. He's like, there's something there. Lies. I see nothing. I see darkness. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I'm not going to reference anyone because can I remember anyone's name? No, and it's really pissing me off. This is what happens when you get 2 hours of sleep. Don't drink.